Assalamu alaikum, dear student. How are you? Hope you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I'm well too. This is Parvin Akhtar, lecturer in English, Chittagong College, Chittagong. Welcome to my online class, dear student. Before I start my class, I'd like to say that at present we are going through a bad time. The whole world is severely affected by the COVID-19. Dear students, you are young, energetic, courageous. Stay at home, be safe. Help your parents and continue your study with vivid every day. As all of you know, the wise saying, a stitch in time saves nine. You have to utilize your time properly. I would also like to convey my thanks to Honorable Principal Sir, Vice Principal Sir of Chittagong College, Head of the Department of English, and the Chief Coordinator of online class for giving the students a meaningful and a fruitful time through online classes. My today's topic is punctuation. It is an important topic for the students of 11 and 12 degree first course honors students who have English as a non-credit subject. Dear student, follow me and learn what is punctuation marks. Punctuation marks are symbols that are used to clarify the punctuation marks are symbols that are used to aid their clarity and comprehension of written language. Some common punctuation marks are the full stop or the period, comma, question mark, note of exclamation, apostrophe, quotation mark or inverted comma, colon, semicolon, ellipsis, mark, hyphen, dash, parenthesis or curved bracket. Dear student, let us identify the punctuation mark. It is a period or full stop. It is a comma. It is a question mark. It is a note of exclamation. It is an apostrophe. These are quotation marks. It is a colon. It is a semicolon. It is an ellipsis mark. It is a hyphen. It is a dash. These are parentheses or curved bracket. Beside this, we have also two other brackets. One is second bracket, another is the square brackets or third brackets. Now, dear student, let us learn punctuation mark one by one and see the use of all punctuation marks. A full stop or a period. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A period is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full stop is used to note the end of a declarative sentence. A full st That means we use full stop at the end of a complete sentence, except an interrogative or exclamatory sentence. We also use full stop to mark abbreviations and initials. Now, notice these examples. Number 1, my friend came to me in study. Number 2, I'm a student. These two sentences are examples of declarative sentence. Number 2, BA. Similarly, we can say ME, BSc, MBBS, etc. Number 4, Mr. M. Rahman. Number 3 and number 4 examples are used to mark the abbreviations and initials of a name. Comma is used to separate phrases or clauses and words or items in a list. For example, she bought milk, eggs, and bread. Here you can see milk is separated from eggs and eggs is separated from bread by the use of comma in the end. Number 2, if he comes, I'll go. Here, these two clauses are separated by the use of comma. Number 3, he came to me, informed me of the matter and told me to help him. Here also you can see each phrase is separated by the use of comma. Question mark. A question mark is used at the end of a question. For examples, who are you? What is your name? Are you going to help the man? That means we use question mark at the end of a question, including mini or tag question. Note of exclamation. Note of exclamation is used to show an excitement or emphasis. In this context, sentence is started with how, what, and buff goes at the end of the sentence. For example, how charming the scenery is. What a fine pen it is. Here we notice buff goes at the end of the sentence and sentence starts with how and what. Hurrah, we have won the game. Alas, what a sad news. Dear student, you also use note of exclamation at the end of the what, hurrah, and alas. Now let us see the use of apostrophe. An apostrophe is used as a substitute for missing letter to show the possessive case in the order of numbers or letters. For example, I can't see the cat still. Here, follow the example, dear student. I can't. Here, the full what is I cannot. Here, cat's tail. That means the tail of the cat. Here, cat's tail is a possessive case. Number 2 and 3 are the plural of numbers. Here, hundreds of years during the 1990s. So, dear student, we use apostrophe to show the missing letter, to show the possessive case, and to show the plural of numbers or letters. Quotation mark or inverted commas. The quotation marks or inverted commas are used to enclose a quotation of the exact word of a speaker. For example, Goldsmith says, people seldom improve when they have no model. Here, this indirect speech of a speaker is enclosed by the quotation mark. Example number 2. Socrates used to say, I know that I know nothing. Here, this exact speech of Socrates is enclosed by the quotation mark. Colon. Colon is used before a list or quote. Colon is also used to separate hours from minutes. Colon is used to separate elements of a mathematical ratio. Dear student, notice the example. John Keats says, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Here, a quote is separated by the use of colon. The time is 2:15. Here, between 2:15, hour is separated by the use of colon. The ratio of girls to boys is 3:2. Here, you notice that between 3 and 2, we use colon to separate the elements of mathematical ratio. Semicolon. A semicolon separates two independent clauses in a compound sentence. A semicolon is also used to separate items in a series where commas are already in use. For example, class was cancelled today. Mr. Smith was homesick. Or you notice that two independent clauses is separated by the use of semicolon. Example number 2. Reading makes a full man. Writing an exact man. Conference a regimen. Here is item is separated by the use of semicolon, where you notice commas are already in use. Now let us see the use of ellipsis mark or 3 dots. An ellipsis is indicates that part of the text which has intentionally been left out. Here you see an example which is started with 3 dots. The Negro is still not free, and the question. Another question is started with also 3 dot. The life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and sins of discrimination. Here, dear student, you see that a portion of the sentence is omitted. At the same time, in example or in second sentence, the similar incident is also happened. Here, a portion of the sentence is omitted or left out. Hyphen. The hyphen is used between parts of a compound word. Here I said to what, up to date, further in the. Dash. A dash is used to mark a certain break in the construction of a sentence. For example, he said, "Oh, I can't bear to repeat it." Example number 2. Money, health, friends, everything is lost. Here, you can notice that these two sentences have a certain break. Here he said, after that we find a break. Here, friends, after that we find a certain break. That means we use dash where the sentence structure have a certain break. Parentheses or curved bracket. Parentheses or curved lines are used to separate explanations or qualifying statements within a sentence. Each one of the curved lines is called a parenthesis. The part in the parenthesis is called a parenthetical remark. For example, the order to speak the truth, 100 men in the meeting. Here, to speak the truth is enclosed by the use of parenthesis or curved bracket. Now, dear student, you done your homework. Practice punctuation in detail. Find out your Oxford Dictionary and go to the appendix section, which will help you to practice the punctuation accurately and properly. I think it is an authentic source for learning punctuation. Thank you all. Stay home and be safe.